Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. This is our Ring of Honor show for the week. My name is George Coles and I'm running solo on this one. Let's get right into the action. The first match is a four-way proving ground match with the winner of the match getting a TV title shot against Matt Taven next week. Now we have Vinny Marseglia, who we have seen a few times. Who we've seen a few times. Todd Hansen, this is his first time on Ring of Honor, bigger gentleman. Brian Fury, who I believe this is his second or third time on Ring of Honor. First time in a while on the TV show, at least, that I can remember. But he's a veteran of some indie wrestling over the years. And another new guy that this is the first time I'm seeing, Congo. Another large man, basically playing your basic Samoan type gimmick, except for they said he was from South America. Pretty decent match to start it off. I was very impressed with Todd Hansen out of the two that I haven't seen before. Congo didn't get in too much action. I like the idea that they're bringing in bigger guys in the Ring of Honor. Hansen looked to be about the same size as Dr. Death, Steve Williams, to me. Maybe it could have been because Marseglia is a smaller guy and so is Brian Fury. It was a decent match. Brian Fury picks up the win. Good opener. Like I said before, in the past few weeks, they're starting these off hot, opening them up with guys that we haven't seen before, bringing new blood in the Ring of Honor. And they do it again. So next week we have Brian Fury versus Matt Taven. Should be an excellent match. But after that we have a tag team match with Zuzu Madu and Mike Seidel, try to say that 5 times fast, versus Coleman and Alexander, CNC Wrestle Factory. Another good match. I like what they're doing with Madu and Seidel. Kind of almost a Rockers type gimmick, sort of. I think they work well together. I could see them easily moving up the ladder really quickly. They're decent pairing, decent in-ring skill together, and they're only going to get better and better. I mean, I believe they're both in their early 20s. CNC, really good. I expect them to be in the world title hunt, tag title hunt in the very near future, if not a tag team contender with all the title changes that have gone on lately. And it's something they mentioned on the show, and it's really weird. They mentioned how the Forever Hooligans won, lost the belts to Red Dragon, and then they lost the belts to the American Wolves. And then they mentioned that the American Wolves lost the title, but they didn't mention that it was to Red Dragon, who basically was the champion a month ago. The rumor going around is that the Wolves are being looked at, both Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, on a WWE tryout. That's a rumor. Don't know how much truth there is to it, but that could be the reason why their title run only lasted one defense. I guess they don't want to have the situation they had with the Briscoes, with Jay Briscoe being the world champion and him being rumored to leave for WWE as well. And then next we had, speaking of the world title, which was vacated by Jay Briscoe, we had our first match in the world title tournament. We had Sanjay Dutt versus Jay Lethal. Absolutely fantastic match. Was everything that you expected going in. Two really good wrestlers. Something I mentioned to Gary, who's my normal co-host, when we were watching this, Sanjay Dutt, it is a real shame that no one has pushed him into that championship level, where he hasn't been an X Division champion or a TV champion in Ring of Honor. I don't even believe he's won a major tag team championship anywhere, at least not to my recollection, because he's a very, very talented wrestler. It's really a shame that he hasn't done more than he has, because the guy can go. Jay Lethal as well, but Jay Lethal has had some minor successes. He's been a TV champion and X-champion. You know, Jay Lethal has been given more opportunity. I thought this was a fantastic match. Jay Lethal picks up the win after a very hard-fought fight. Very reminiscent of their feud in TNA a few years back when Dutt tried to move in on SoCal Val when Jay Lethal tried to marry her. I thought it was very good. Nice way to start off the title tournament for us TV viewers. Wrapped it up real well. Overall, 3 matches on the night. No Women of Honor match, what they've been putting on lately. They've been trying to promote the Women of Honor a little bit better. But no Women of Honor lately. We did have a tag match. We did have a 4-way match. I thought it was a good show altogether. You know, Ring of Honor bringing it like it always does. I was especially happy with the main event, and I do like the Todd Hansen out of the 2 new guys I seen was the guy that impressed me the most. Marsalia I think is a great wrestler. Brian Fury is a really good wrestler. I've seen them before, not to say that they're bad, just saying the new guys out of Hansen and Congo. Hansen was a guy that stuck out to me that I think could go further. That's not saying nothing bad about Congo, I just don't think I've seen enough of him. He didn't really work that well in the match. But let's go right into it, our ratings for the week. Now, as you know, if you've watched our show before, we have a 1 to 5 scale. 5 is the best, 1 is the worst. I'm going to give this show a solid 3. This show hasn't been as good as some of the Ring of Honor shows. It's not a bad show by any means. The Dutt vs. Lethal was a very good match. The tag match was good. I think there was a little bit of chemistry problems between the 2 teams. The 4-way in the beginning was a good match. Basically, I think it was their way of bringing Brian Fury into the fold as a Ring of Honor contender. The reason I give it a 3 is because there's nothing that a month from now I'm really going to remember for them from this show. It was very ho-hum, you know what I mean? If there was a match, if Dutt and Lethal was a match of the year type candidate, I'd remember that a month from now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now. Unfortunately, that's what it is. I mean, the show was right there, middle of the road. It didn't make me want to change the channel. It didn't keep me to where if I was a new watcher of Ring of Honor, this wouldn't be something. I'm not saying I wouldn't come back to give it another shot, but this wouldn't be one of the shows I showed people to draw them in. But basically, that's all I have to say. My name is George Coles, and this has been Heel Heat.